Yes, TJ Henderson. Super intelligent, a fine young gentleman. A 10-year-old whiz kid, bustin' high school. Pugnacious little shorty with 1,000 IQ. He got the lay with the ladies and he's keeping it real. Your favorite little study buddy, he knows the drill. Daddy's still just a kid. On the ball, very clever. You can say that he's bright, great, gifted, whatever. Your brother is smart. He's a smart guy. Smart guy. Smart guy. He's a smart guy.
Drinking water before...
Oh, edit that out.
Drink water.
Yeah, learn lessons here. So, hello, smart guy. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. It's the new year. Woo!
Well, I'm gonna post it today, so it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's New Year's
So we can do lightweight XL. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Count on me through thick and thin.
Friendship.
Y'all listen to Recovering Party Girl, so you know how I feel about Wayne XL on New Year's Eve. So I watched it already, and I'm gonna go home and watch it again. We're here now. But yeah, so it's been like 3 weeks.
Wow, it's been like it's been a month.
It's been a month. Chrissy's stuff on her face with a donut.
Yeah, that's so fat.
It's okay.
I realized it.
It's okay. Adriana be eating sunflower seeds on Recovering Party Girl, so they care less at this point. But no, sorry y'all for my voice. I keep trying to lose it over the past few weeks.
But yeah, it's been like a month.
Oh, so we missed a lot.
Yeah. But we here.
But we here, bitch. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve.
When I get home, I'm going to try to post this. So, I hope y'all either going to get it tonight or y'all going to get it New Year's day. But either way, y'all probably going to listen to it until like, y'all have to go back to work. Right. So, the due diligence of it all.
Yes.
But, so what were we listening to?
The Smart Guy. Smart Guy ran for 3 seasons on WB from 97 to 1999.
Then it started on ABC?
Apparently, I don't think so. I think it just ran on the WB.
You sure they ain't do a pilot episode on ABC?
They may have, because when I saw that it was on the WB, I was like, I thought it was on another show.
I think it might have.
and
not a season. I think they might have ran a pilot. You know, back in the TV's not the same.
Yeah.
If you grew up in like, before the 90s, but for sure in the 90s, I watched a lot of TV and like a lot of the black, me and Chris say this all the time, a lot of the black shows started off on like ABC, NBC, and then moved to UP and a WB. Yeah. I really think it didn't start on ABC, meaning they didn't do a pilot. It really was off the strength that Sister Sister was already on WB. Because Sister definitely started off on ABC.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe I have it confused, but
yeah. So it starred Taj Mowry, who is the little brother of T and Tamara.
Yes. T and Tamara.
And he starred as TJ Henderson, who's a 10-year-old child prodigy who skips from the 4th grade to the 10th grade. John Marshall Jones plays his father, Floyd Henderson.
Such perfect casting.
Yeah. He's a widowed single father of 3 and an owner of a roofing company. Jason Weaver plays his brother Marcus Henderson. He's TJ's older brother who's in the same grade.
Obsessed with him.
Yes.
At the time.
Yeah, and he's popular. He's
cute.
A basketball player, lead vocalist of their band Macadocious.
And if you know him, he's Simba.
Yeah. He was singing on everything.
He's little Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's the second little Michael Jackson on the All American.
I bought her some cookies. I gave her cookies.
What?
Oh
my God, he ate them up.
Yeah, I think he was like the best Michael. I mean, but the older Michael Jackson was still good too.
No. He was the best Michael Jackson actually in that movie though.
Okay.
And is it because did he have a longer?
I think so.
He might have had a longer period. And he might have had a more, well, I don't want to say he had a more dramatic period because all Michaels in that movie had like a moment.
Right. Look at me. Look at this pimple. Mommy, I'm ugly.
Nah, then that's when like his head had like burned off through the Pepsi commercial. And then you killed, what's the rat name? You killed Mr. Rat. That's top tier acting.
And the two of us can't.
No, why Joseph in All American Dream said, "Good, we got him," and rolled over on that nigga. Joseph Jackson is such a terrorist. Good, we got him. Like, why would you wake me up for that shit?
I mean, because that is kind of nasty.
No, you killed Mr. Rat.
Do we even? You remember on that Friends episode when Phoebe thought her rat was like a man and the rat had all the babies? It was a real, no.
You killed? No, because I read, sorry y'all, so I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan. I think we all know this. However, because I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan, I delve into Jackson family business. And so back in like the 80s maybe, Catherine wrote a book. Mm-hmm. And so I read her book as well at some point in my life. And she was like how she came and they were like, all right, you can have pet rats, but you cannot breed these rats. You only can have these 2 rats. And then she said out of nowhere, she just started seeing like brown rats and black rats and just rats everywhere. This nigga was breeding these fucking rats with street rats he found. Like, so
Are you serious?
Yes, she said she was fucking pissed. Well, Catherine Jackson does not cuss or anything like that. Essentially, she was fucking pissed. Because she was just like, what? Okay, I agreed to like 3 rats in the hamster cage. Why am I in the garden? It's like 4 rats, but they're not even white. So like you're outside breeding rats at this point. And that's what he was doing then. She was just like, okay, you have to get rid of the rats.
So
now.
Joe was right.
Yeah, Joe was right.
Joe saw.
He saw what was gonna be his
Joe had the
complication.
foresight.
Cause then it's like, and then like in the book, she has pictures of like Michael and like 2 rats on his neck, and then dumbass Janet following him and got like 3 rats on her. I'm like, oh my god, these kids were hell. And it's not even the rats. It's like, so somebody came and told us we couldn't have a giraffe. Girl, wait! So it was like all these weird ass animals like that was like harassing the neighborhood. It was just like, so your peacock is in our bushes. Can you get your peacock, please?
A shame.
I was just like, y'all really was hell in the white people neighborhood. And then, no, but the rats would have did it for me.
Yeah, nah.
Look at your peacock.
But yeah, so Jason Weaver, you know, he was the older brother, vocalist of the band, and he also made like average to below average grades. Essence Atkins played, I did not realize that her first name was Tasha. Her middle name was Yvette. That's how we know her as Yvette. She played the oldest sibling, Tasha Yvette Henderson.
Good casting as well with Tasha.
Yeah.
Because Tasha could be a Maury twin damn near. Like, she could be a Maury cousin or something.
Yeah. And in real life, she was only 10 years younger than the guy that played the dad.
I remember it being very weird.
Essence Atkins played like a teenager for like 30 years.
But most of them did. When you look at Bianca Lawson.
Rachel True.
Yeah, Rachel True, Bianca Lawson. A lot of them really played like kids. And when I mean kids, I mean like high school kids, maybe early college. For about 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, they started at like 12 or 13 in the industry, and they didn't stop playing kids till they were like 30, 31.
Yeah. So, and Yvette was smart. She's level-headed. She's a feminist, and she's an artist. Omar Gooding played Morris, or as they called him, Mo. L. Tibbs, Marcus's best friend. He's a little dim-witted. He's an excellent cook. The bass guitar is for Macadocious. And he's always at the Henderson house.
And his real life brother is Cuba Gooding Jr.
And their daddy was a musician.
A big like jazz musician, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember his first name though.
I don't either. But yeah, their dad was a jazz musician. A very popular jazz musician, if I'm not mistaken. But
we really need to give Omar his props, because while Cuba was holding it down
in
like
the white world, essentially.
In the big theaters and pictures and stuff, Omar Gooding stayed on the TV. Like,
he's black famous.
Yeah, like he was always on a sitcom, on some show. I remember he was on Wild and Crazy Kids and Nickelodeon.
He's Baby Boy.
Mr. Cooper.
Baby Boy.
Yeah, Baby Boy, like Omar Gooding.
And he actually is on the show he's a lead character on the show on Bounce now.
Yeah.
I don't know if the show is still there.
I don't have that channel. Like,
do I have Bounce?
It's called like the Barbershop.
My 5 is technically jailbroke, so I might have Bounce. I had so many channels that I just picked like 8 and it was just done because I was like, it's too many.
Yeah, it's called like The Shop or something.
But no, he stays with a job. Cuba's still apparently in hiding. He might have had to pay some people off.
Cuba needs to sit his behind down somewhere because Cuba is just ridiculous.
Cuba was doing coke. Let's just sometimes people call it thing
and alcohol.
Yeah, coke and alcohol. I'm just gonna assume doesn't mix, and I feel like Cuba was top tier doing both of them. And it makes sense now.
And Cuba forgot this is 2021, about to be 2022.
And Cuba forgot he's still fucking black.
Yeah, the stuff that you did back in the 90s and stuff, like you can't do that.
That Jerry Maguire era that you had don't exist no more.
Yeah. So.
But shout out to his brother.
The
Omar.
Goodings.
The Goodings. No, I rather enjoyed Smart Guy, but also our brother enjoyed all of the shows on WB, even the white ones. I did Dawson's Creek. I did Felicity for a minute.
But you know what? The thing with Smart Guy, though,
I hated the way it ended, but I heard. I don't know if it's true. I heard it ended because the mom wanted to have a Mexican standoff.
Taj marries mama.
Yeah, Taj Mary's mom wanted to have a Mexican standoff with the network because I guess she realized, well, I'm not going to say she guessed, she knew how popular the show was doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to assume because Tia and Tamara already had Sister on that network, she knew his worth. But I think she didn't realize that the network didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
And maybe the network, I'm just thinking maybe the network didn't have it though.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Smart Guy was a really good show that had no real ending.
Yeah.
But then Smart Guy had a shelf life. And I say this all the time about a show centered around a kid. When you do a certain type of show around a certain age of a kid, you have a shelf life of 5 and like 9. Like, them kids grow so fast, so quick that you kind of gotta.
Yeah. And they ended the show. They began the show with him jumping to 10th grade, but then by the time they ended, I think he was like in 12th grade or something. So
yeah, I don't like the way that show ended, but it wasn't until like later I figured out that it was like a dispute off record. Because I was just like, I know they didn't cancel that show because in the end that show was like in a weird line, not a weird meaning, like kind of a good lineup. It was like in a lineup where I feel like Sister or Wayans Brothers and Steve Harvey show was involved. Like at some point, the lineup for that era was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't like the way it ended.
Yeah, Smart Guy. I forgot how good it was. It was until like a few years ago. MTV2 or MTVU
picked it up and they
Smart. Yeah, on the weekends. They played that show, and I would like sit there and watch the marathon. I was like, damn, Smart Guy was a good show. Like, I remember enjoying it when I was younger, but I was like, I really like this show.
It's a really good show because it really shows how different a 4th grader is versus being in high school. And it proved every episode that, he's just a little kid.
Yeah, he's smart, but
he's a kid. Yeah. Like, he's a baby.
Yeah.
Okay, but he can do all y'all homework and do all this other stuff, but he's actually a baby. Yeah. Like, leave him out of it.
Yeah, he can outsmart y'all and stuff.
But he's his immaturity and all that is just, it is what it is.
And I think like also that was one of
Tia and Tamara visited Smart Guy because I think she might have been a brother love interest.
I think both of them may have visited.
Was it one of them episodes where they acted like they didn't know they were twins and then he liked one and then seen the other one?
Yeah,
because they stayed doing that to twins.
But it was like the first show, I don't think we've really seen it, where their father was a widowed father. Yeah. But like the way that to each child, he was so in touch. Yeah, in tune with like each child's needs. And especially with the vet being the only girl. I remember like they had one episode where the bathroom, somebody was always in the bathroom. She really needed to use the bathroom.
He built her bathroom?
He built her bathroom, but then she was mad about it because she was like, you didn't get my input in it. And then like
she's gonna be satisfied.
And the episodes, like when he was dating, there was the one episode he was dating and TJ got really jealous and stuff because it was like,
it was actually, now that you say it was really the first, because then I think with the Cosby Show, people were hell-bent on showing perfect families and mother and father households. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, that ain't the truth sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I think sometimes people take it too heavy when you show just a mom being a single parent. Because, like, that's just not the black community.
Yeah.
It's like people take that really heavy. So, yeah, I did enjoy the fact that he was a dad and a very present dad. And then present to their friends. Because, like you said, Mo didn't live there.
found out he was adopted. And
Yeah.
he went through something with that. And
Yeah.
it was like, okay, Mo.
Yeah, like it was actually a really good show. They had like a regular family home. The kids was always dressed and cool and minding their business.
Daddy on the business.
Yeah, daddy was an entrepreneur. So yeah, it was they were a cute show.
Taraji was on a couple of episodes
Which I find funny because Taraji was actually on Sister. Episode. But and the funny part about that is she's 26. 26 on all them episodes, just trying to make it.
Yeah, but you know, Smart Guy was based out of DC, so her DC accent fit right on me.
Oh, I know
And
that.
everybody remembers the episode with Destiny's Child.
Oh, I do adore the episode with Destiny's Child. Some of Beyonce's best acting.
Because Beyonce was always good when she
was able to be Beyonce. Like when she was able to be a Texan.
Yeah.
And just, I'm making music. I'm doing music stuff. Like,
because even on that, the Carmen's
good because
the movie isn't that good, but she's good in it because she's just like she ain't overthinking it.
Yeah.
Like
she just want to sing her songs and do her Carmen.
No.
Yeah.
But then when you put her in so let's stop with the fucking bullshit. When you put her in them type of roles, it's like, okay, Beyonce.
I can't even think. What is the line me and Shatara used to quote from
You came into my house, had my kids.
Me and Shatara's me and Christy's mutual friend. Is Christy's childhood friend. I met her in college. And we went to actually see, what was the name of that?
Obsessed?
We went to see Obsessed in the movie theater. Me and Shantara through that whole movie was just like, in the movie, like looking at each other like, how did we get here? You know how like in the movies, they be like, and this is how I got to this point. That was us the whole time, like this is how we got to this point of seeing this movie. And then the movie ends and they play like, Run to You.
No, it was
Satellite.
You Had Me at Hello.
It was some weird ass song from I Am Beyonce or I Am Sasha Fierce. Oh my god.
Hello.
And I was just like, they should just play Ring the Alarm. Like
Matthew was so heavy-handed with that movie.
he put his penis on top of that movie. Like, relax.
If I was a boy.
Oh my god, such a bad movie.
But yeah.
She don't look sick to me.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. I don't even know what she says, but she just say it so low.
You came
What?
to my house, had my son.
Oh my god. But anyways. But no, I did that I do enjoy. I rather enjoy. I think they had on FUBU too. It was like cute ass outfits.
And he was dancing to be on one of them. You
Say no. And he was tapping because he's so fucking smart. Like he can tap. Like I'm so smart.
I'm so inclined
that if you just tell me how to tap for 2 seconds, I can tap through your beard. That nigga was Gregory Hines.
Wasn't they tapping a little Bow Wow song in the Steve Harvey show?
Oh my god, niggas love to tap at one point in like the 90s. But you know who it was? Because you remember Jamie Foxx had that episode too. That light skinned nigga with the dreads. Yes, he was in the Jamie. I just watched the episode.
You know, what's the face was tapping back in the day too. What's his name? He played on that show Psych, and he played on the show Baller. The daddy from Wonder Years.
Oh, okay.
He used to tap back in the day too.
Nah, niggas. It was a little era in the 90s. If your ass want to be cultured, bitch, you taps.
You remember the movie Tap with Gregory Hines?
I don't remember Tap.
And the mama from Parenthood.
I don't remember Tap. I do remember.
And they tapped through the whole movie.
I watched a little episode of Jamie Foxx just by default because that's not even like one of my favorite episodes. It's the nigga who could tap. I actually have a picture of him at my mom's house. I met him in the Jersey airport, and I was like so geek because I was like, I watched a lot of TV. Yeah,
He was tapping for it.
do some weird shit. Yeah, like in the fucking widow I am. No, but I met him at the Jersey airport, and I was like so geeked Because of course I watched a lot of TV my whole entire life. So it was just like the nigga, but I didn't know his name. It was just like, I know you. And then but at this time, mind y'all, I'm like 14, 15. So he probably was like this little kid. But yeah, I just the episode of Jamie Foxx, I think I know. The Tappers, because I can't think of his name. The Tappers' uncle was supposed to be best friends with Jamie King's Uncle Junior, but apparently they beefed, and then somehow
wasn't it the dude that played Will's daddy? What's his name? I see his face. Ben Vereen?
Yeah, it was him. We follow each other on Twitter.
Remember when you started following Christopher Williams, but he followed you back and stuff, was trying to come in.
It was weird.
And you had to end it.
No.
Too much.
I like following celebrities. I don't like when celebrities entertain me. It's weird. But so, in order for them to get it together, they tapped it out at the hotel in the lobby. Time out. Shout out to tapping it. It was an era.
Like that no more, child.
It was like a season. It was a season of TV where niggas had to tap, and I ain't gonna hold you.
You ain't getting them in them sitcoms no more, child.
Nah, you don't get you culture. Niggas ain't tapping no more. Niggas don't do that no more.
He was tapping it, no.
But that nigga did tap. And then we never seen that nigga tap ever in life. Like, that nigga did one audition. It was like, you think you can tap? Yep, give me some tapping shit.
That would be dope.
And then stupid ass Beyonce ass, no. Give him a minute.
Right, break down.
Oh, TV was so good. I love when niggas tapped.
Shout out to Smart Guy. Y'all, the Maoris, y'all really...
Listen, the Maori family, I know y'all like to tussle about Tia and Tamara, but as a collective, and actually I really do like Tamara. I don't know, y'all hate Tamara. That's weird to me. And stop calling that girl the white twin. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's getting weird. Like the black twin, the white twin. No, nigga, no, stop. And I got a friend on.
And especially when Tamara looked just like their mama.
Yeah.
Even though they twins, like Tamara looks just like
no,
their mama.
exactly. And yeah, she do.
Tamara like the mama.
Because Tia actually was
more
really like the daddy.
Yeah.
Because the daddy got a goofy ass look.
Well, damn.
No, not in that. That sounded bad. No, just
Tia has more of a daddy.
I'm gonna tell you why I think that's funny. Because back when I used to watch Sister, maybe because of Tamara's character, I thought she had a goofier like aesthetic. Maybe it was. So it's just funny to see them grown into their own spaces with their children, and even though visually their families are different, they're really the same person. They always, let's cook, let's bake cookies, we got matching pajamas. They're literally
Tia be doing them TikTok videos now.
yeah, them TikTok videos eat up. But like overall, the way they handle like,
and both got an older son
and a daughter, which apparently I found out by watching them on YouTube that
their kids are siblings.
they're actually siblings because twins don't have a different genetic, what DNA? What is it?
Yeah, their DNA is identical.
Yeah, so their kids are actually cousins, but because of them being twins, they're siblings.
Their kids will have like 50% DNA versus cousins usually have like less than that.
Which I think, so when they show a lot of baby pictures, I can kind of pick the kid because a lot of the times they look like Creed. And they look like, they also look like Tia's kids to me, but then every blue moon they look like Tamara's daughter Aria to me. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, but I think it's really weird that y'all say black twin, white twin. Yeah. And like I said, I got this good friend on Twitter that used to like eat up Tamara and call her Tamaga and all this stuff. And Tia blocked her. And she was like, that's the twin I like. I was like, but that's also her twin sister. So if I see some shit about, I don't got to see no shit about my twin sister. I see something about Chrissy. Bitch, you can't talk to me now. Like, it's over. Chrissy done. I don't even fucking play that. Like, so it's like, no, because it's weird. Like, wait. Well, why would she block me? For her sister, that's her twin, that she was in the room with.
Right.
That
she don't know you.
They acted together. They went to college together. They lived in like an adult apartment together. The twin.
Her best friend?
Yeah. Like by default. Like, relax. So, Shout out to the Maris have gave entertainment, and I'm with it.
Yes.
And still do, because they love a Christmas movie.
Yes, they do. So dang, like it's been a minute since we've recorded. So much just came on. True Story and Bruised. So
I like True Story a lot. I mean, I was stressed out the whole time because I don't like sci-fi, psychological type thrillers.
yeah, that's psychological.
Yeah, I don't like weird shit like that. I don't like sci-fi, I don't like psychological thrillers. I don't like no thrillers. I need to know how it ends. I'm a person who very much so will stop a movie, Google it, see how it ends, and then continue because my stress can't do it. However, Kevin Hart played Kevin Hart.
Yeah, because I could definitely see him in that type of situation. I mean, I'm not gonna say going as far as killing somebody, but definitely
Making a situation from worse to worser.
And trying to like cover up stuff. Because I mean, we've
seen it.
That.
We've seen it.
But
I did enjoy, and I say this all the time about Kevin Hart. I enjoy when Kevin Hart is either not the comedic relief. Or when he's playing the straight character. And at this point, he was playing like this. And the movie, I mean, granted, the limited series wasn't funny at all. But he was still playing like the straight character. Like, I got a life.
Like, with Kevin, as a person, I don't know him. But from what I've seen of him as a person.
Terrible tyrant.
Yeah, I don't care for him. But if I know that Kevin's gonna be in something, I'll watch it because I actually enjoy him. I think that he's an entertaining person.
I like Kevin on social media. No, I think it's weird because I do like Kevin in sometimes interviews, but I think I like him more in interviews with white people who don't ask invasive questions. Does that make sense? Like Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon don't ask black people invasive questions.
Or like when he would Conan.
Yeah, but when you
Conan's funny.
But when you take your ass over to Conan's so fun. No, Conan got one. No, Conan might have the best.
Yeah.
No, Conan's fucking funny.
Is the show still on?
No, it has to be because a month ago, Gabrielle Union and was it Taraji was both on Conan. Okay. And I was like, sign me up. Because Gabrielle Union is very good in interviews.
Yeah.
And Taraji's very good at interviews. Sign me up with them sitting with Conan.
Yeah.
Because they both quick with jokes. And I like him with, I think it's him and Regina Hall that I've seen too.
Oh, I'm sure Regina.
Yeah, Regina's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like Kevin Hart when we're not talking about Kevin Hart's personal life.
Yeah.
And even that goes to after Laugh at My Pain. That was funny to me, but I needed it dead after that. Like, I don't want to talk again about your ex-wife and all that. Like, take everything away. I don't want Don't Fuck This Up documentary. I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
I want you with Regina Hall cracking jokes.
Yeah. His show that's on
Real Husbands of Hollywood?
Not that one. That's on what's Peacock?
With Snoop?
No, the other
one. The one, the Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
Give me Heart to Heart. Yeah. Give me the when him and Snoop did the Olympics. Because they niggas didn't know what they was doing while they was talking about the Olympics. No, I tuned into that I waited for them to upload that. Give me him when he's talking to like white comedians who are not really in tune with like black Twitter. That is a Kevin Hart I like.
But
Kevin started talking personal about marriage and kids. Give me Kevin Hart when they kind of gave him a donkey.
Yeah, alpaca.
That shit was so terrible. So what do I do now? Come on, let me just walk him. Kids, give him some food.
And when did his son shoot up like that? Have you seen a picture of his son?
No, I'm confused because Tori's short too. If Tori's taller than Kevin, it's a smidget taller than Terry.
Yeah, but them genetics though. But I'm like, I just saw a picture and the boy was shorter than the daughter.
And Heavenly or Heaven?
She's gorgeous.
That's a gorgeous baby. That little girl's so cute.
I'm like, what? I was trying to go back through Kevin Hart's profile because I'm like, when did the son get taller than everybody? Because I was like, when did this happen?
Yeah, he look.
He's cute.
He's cute. They're cute kids.
They have some attractive kids.
I personally think Kevin Hart is funny, but people get mad at me because I also think Steve Harvey is funny. I know a lot of people who don't.
I don't understand why Steve gets under y'all skin so much.
No, the way I yell.
I think Steve is hilarious.
No, and the way I always tell people, when Steve Harvey show finally gets on the streaming network, count me out for the weekend.
The fact that I saw somebody say that Steve Harvey was a degradation to black women or something like that, I was like, wait, what?
Steve Harvey is hilarious. Like, but I also take Steve Harvey for the drunk uncle at the function.
Yeah,
I don't put too much into his words.
I take Steve. He reminds me of my uncle.
Yeah.
And so just talk shit.
Yeah.
And
I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Yeah. He gonna talk shit. Like,
And he gonna tell you he old school, and that's not how they did it back in the day. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just entertained.
Yeah. Entertain
Tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more about back in the day.
Right. I was listening to that verse like, okay, Ozzy Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire, but Steve, what does this song remind you
Yeah,
of?
tell me more.
What does it take you back to?
Yeah, so just like he don't bother me. But but True Story overall was a very good movie. It has Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
It's a very interesting plot about how, you gotta leave niggas where they at.
And how he really took things from worse
to worser. And let that be the lesson.
Single-handedly to
let that and also check shit out.
Right.
Don't go by nobody's word now. I ain't saying touch stuff. I'm just saying double check.
Right. But that's what happens when it's like you just trying to cover stuff up instead of like taking accountability for stuff. You trying to just cover it up and make things disappear versus really actually like, how can I clean this up? Like,
and then it's like they played on like alcoholism and like it wasn't just like this. You in a bad space. It's kind of like, all right, you had some issues. We know you had some issues. We finna play on your issues. So just also what it really is to be mindful of people around you, regardless of their family, because everybody can be snakes essentially.
Right.
And shout out to Lauren London.
I was just about to say, and good for Lauren London.
She showed up for one scene.
Right. We heard your voice.
She was on FaceTime for one scene. We heard her voice throughout the movie.
Right.
She had one FaceTime scene that she probably taped in her bathroom at her house. And then she showed up for one scene towards the end and she got a full check. So Lauren London, I salute you, queen. Right. That's how you get a fucking check.
Right. And Nasir from Love Is with his fine ass. I don't know. What's his real name? Like Will or something like that?
I just know from Nasir.
Yeah.
Hey, boy.
Hey. I mean, he married though, so I can't.
White woman.
No, she black.
Oh, come on all night long. But when I give it to you, give it to you, give it to you. If it was a white woman, I'd still sing it to you. But I respect the black queen.
No.
But if it was a white woman, I want to get it. If it was a Latino woman, I would do the same thing. Yeah. But she black, so I ain't gonna do it. But shout out to True Story. It was a really good time. It's on Netflix. It's probably like 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah. And then another legend that's on there, or we'll just say the legend that's on there, Miss Halle Berry. Her movie Bruised is on there. This is like her directorial debut.
It is, and one of y'all hating ass favorite directors try to stop my sis.
But she said she was concerned about her. She
I don't
was
give
just looking out for her. Even though Halle has been in the industry for like 30 years and she just got in the industry within like the last 10 years. But she was looking out for Halle. But, I mean, I thought that Bruised was good. I thought it was good for her first time directing. The little boy who played her son is so freaking cute. He also played on Good Girls.
I heard.
Yeah. Well, you said I heard.
I watched it, but I ain't remember. It wasn't familiar. I heard. Oh, okay.
You watched it. But he's so cute.
He looked familiar to me at the time.
Yeah. And, Halle... she took it there with her sex scene.
But then she not in Monsters Ball?
But this was different.
Because it was a woman?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it was like, oh, okay, Halle. Even though it's like, well, I mean, I guess the movie has been out long enough, so you should have seen it.
Well, everything is spoiler alert on this show.
Because, like, the chick that was training her initially to get her in a good space, like, the chick had, like, said how she had like, alcoholism issues and all that other stuff, and using boxing and her meditations to get her back right.
And then she had helpless.
Well, they started having like this love affair, and so then like afterwards, she's like, like after them dating for like a few months, she's just like, I'm looking at places we could move in together. And then Halle is like, about that. I think that it's best that I stay single. Get my MMA career on track and raise my son.
Wow, legend.
So
I I hate a woman who knows what she wants.
So that threw old girl in the tizzy. So, but it's just like, damn, savage.
But did she have to fight that girl in the ring?
No, she didn't have to fight her.
Oh, okay.
But the girl like went out that night and like got drunk and beat up. They didn't show that part, but she just came back the next day and was like, I had to go so you could fight. I knew you would do it. It was like that.
They gotta fell asleep on that. But also, I was watching that movie when I was drinking Merlot, and it was like midnight. So it wasn't Holly that made me fall asleep. It was the Merlot and midnight. I'm happy for Halle. I'm gonna tell you why I'm happy for Halle. I think Halle Berry, Halle Marie, or is it Maria? I think it might be Marie. Either way, it's Halle Marie or Maria.
Halle Berry. I'm
happy she's having a reemergence.
Yeah.
And more so, it wasn't even this film. On social media, she showed more of her personality. And I think over the years, she's caught a bad rap for like being a certain type of woman. And come to find out, she's actually funny and she's cunning and she has like this kind of dark humor about her. Like all the shit people be saying on Twitter, like she'll retweet certain stuff and like add to the joke and you just be like, I don't think you should add to that one. Or she'll laugh.
Have y'all interacted yet?
No, I'm sad. Because you know, usually everyone talks to me. So I'm on Holly's like, what the fuck do Holly think she is? But usually most people interact back with me. But it's like to see her like her space in social media when this could have went very terribly for her, be a part of the reemergence for her is what I enjoy. Yeah. And then people say it all the time and then she'll like, if someone's just like Halle Berry's Twitter is like one of the best things that happened. Holly's like so Halle Berry that she'll retweet her acceptance speech to like an Emmy. So like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you to the Academy. It's just like, shut up. So yeah, so between that, and it's been like a little minute I've been following her on social media and I always thought her Instagram aesthetic was really pretty. But then to see kind of her personality and then now she's doing different interviews like Hot Ones, the Hot Wing thing. And she was the only one who actually ate all of the things.
Okay.
And so, like, to see her, like, in these spaces when, like, at the end of the day, niggas try to bring Halle Berry down. I'm sorry. Let's be clear. Like, every time a nigga got a chance to, like, nah, fuck that bitch because I dated her, they did. So to see, like, nah, I can see why y'all fuck. Nah, Halle ain't. Okay. Holly's gorgeous, but actually
her personality
seemed fun as hell.
Like, you never really heard anything bad about Halle. And I remember Taraji told a story about, I don't know if it was...
Halle took her out, like, when she was on the cusp of Benjamin Button, it might have been.
Yeah, she, like, took her under her wing or sent her something or something like that. And
took her under her wing, I think through her party, so she could kind of just meet people before being, like, caught off guard with Hollywood.
Yeah.
And stuff like that matters.
Yeah.
But then overall, it's just, like, her humor is, like, dark. Halle Berry stayed with a... Listen, I love a white woman in distress wig. That is my favorite thing. My wig I'm in a distress wig right now with a baseball cap. I love a white woman in distress wig. I do not want to comb my hair. Halle Berry stayed with some distressed hair. And then if you ever look at her social media, sis stays with the most limited amount of clothes. It is nothing to see Halle Berry in a full ball gown, but ain't got no top on. Mm-hmm. Or like, she got a whole t-shirt on, but it's clearly she ain't got no bra or no, like, Holly don't have no clothes on ever. And that's my aesthetic. To be in the fucking woods, to be like in a pool, to be living a lavish life, half clothed.
She posted her boyfriend feet together and was like, our feet even go to, or our feet fit together, something like that. I was just like, okay. Yeah, she just, Halle Berry just be out here living. And then somebody was like, I feel like, how do you pronounce the board? Charcuterie? Charcuterie?
Yeah. Somebody tweeted, I bet Halle Berry and her boyfriend bond over eating on a charcuterie board and drinking red wine, but they be naked. And then Halle said, know my life. And I'm like, bitch, you live my life. You live the life that I deserve with a nigga. Because I, too, like to be naked. Be quick to take some clothes off. Girl, what? So, yeah, shout out to Halle Berry and that distress wig because I want it. Because somebody actually messaged Recovering Party Girls. Was like, can we talk about how Halle got money and her wig's always raggedy? I was like, Halle actually is the person I want to be. Give me a raggedy wig any day, sis.
And is her wigs raggedy, or is it just she at home? And
is her wigs raggedy, or is that just her? Because you know who else wear raggedy wigs, and they really just stopped in the recent years, is Beyonce. I'm like, Beyonce hair stayed at it. Like, let's be clear.
And that was her on red carpet.
Yeah, Beyonce hair stayed like it got beat 12 times with a brush, and then they just pinned it. Like, sis liked the raggedy wig, and I'm with raggedy hair. I too love a distressed wig. So shout out to Bruised. Shout out to Halle Berry. I'm happy for the reemergence. Bruised apparently did so well for her that it ends up getting her like a deal with Netflix so she can produce more and act more and put more people on. She did the first all-female hip-hop soundtrack album with Bruised, executive produced by Cardi B. So like, get your life. I'm here for the reemergence. I like to see people kind of come back and flourish. I think a few people did that. I think Jada did that. I mean, y'all act like y'all hate her. I enjoy Jada.
Right. I don't understand all the hate that Jada gets now.
I enjoy Jada. It's so weird. But like Red Table Talk was that for Jada. It gave her like a reemergence. She won an Emmy for that. Will Smith recently had, when Will Smith got on social media, he recently had a reemergence with his social media.
And his TikTok.
Tay Diggs, TikTokers gave him a reemergence. Like, and then Tay Diggs is just funny to me. Like, people be taking it so offensively. I'm just like, Tay Diggs just seems funny to me. Like, let these niggas live. Y'all be wanting y'all artists and y'all singers.
And
y'all.
they can't do that with he on coke. And it's like, or could he just have fun?
Or can he just be ridiculous?
Yeah.
That's okay too. So yeah, but shout out to everybody who's had a reemergence because of social media or streaming services. I rather enjoy that for them, especially as a girl who has adored a lot of these artists since I could literally remember.
Yeah. So y'all check out Bruised, and also Halle. Or, is it Halle? Halle, she signed that distribution deal or something like that with Netflix. So,
So she has to distribute, so she can act more, she can produce more
content.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of content coming from Halle Berry on Netflix, and honestly, it's kind of sad that she had to kind of prove herself because that's still fucking Halle Berry,
Oscar winning.
That's still Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. So, but Halle Berry.
Hey,
Halle Berry. So yeah, another thing that we've watched is Love Life. That comes on HBOMax. So Ebony put me onto this show. She kept saying, "Oh, you need to watch the show. You need to watch the show."
I was like, specifically, you need to watch season 2 because that was the black people. But I'm like, season 1 is good.
I actually
enjoyed season 1 better.
Don't take my black card.
You enjoyed season 1 better?
Yes, because like it's just something about
you.
Because the thing is, like, as black people, our lives are pretty practical. But as white people, it's something about them like doing stuff where it be like,
I'm be honest with you. I won't say it's better. They're very much so even. I get why black people like the black version, like the second season.
They're black, but it's like the first.
But Darby shit. The fact that she had like a rich boyfriend at one point, and that white people shit be different.
Yeah, it's like they. Like with us, it's like, damn, how am I gonna make it? Like Darby started off as what was she doing at the museum?
Was she like checking people in, or maybe she was a tour guide?
Yeah,
some bottom barrel. No shade. Some bottom barrel.
Like she was living in the apartment with 2 or 3 other people.
Barely had a bedroom.
Yeah.
And I feel like her bedroom wasn't even a bedroom because it had French doors, so I feel like that might have been something like a dining room. That was like, hey girl, that's the bedroom now.
Yeah, and it's like...
And then she dated the one guy who was hella rich, so she's like in a penthouse in New York.
Yeah, it was just like, wow. Really, everything...
White people can't fail.
Yeah, it really does work out for you. She, at 13, she got tired of being a homebuyer or something like that, so she just signed up for boarding school.
Yeah. Oh, she did.
That she went to.
Didn't like her family. Was just like, all right, then I'll see y'all later.
Went there for like a year or 2. The boy that she liked started messing with her roommate. So she didn't like just express herself and be like, that hurt my feelings. She was like, I have cancer.
And then lied. And then her parents was like, all right, we'll stop for you to go.
They came and got her out of school. Like, she married well, he was a chef. He was trying.
But it's like she married good dick that didn't cripple her life. Because I feel like sometimes black women marry good dick, and then that's it. They just live a terrible fucking life. I know a couple of people I can't say out loud right now. I genuinely was just like, oh, so in the 60s, how great was your sex? We're all here now, sis.
Right. Like, yeah.
This is like she married her good dick, got divorced, and dated up.
But in the midst of, before she got divorced, she slept with the boy from high school that slept with her roommate. It's like she couldn't fail. She got back with the first dude and then decided, like, you know what, this ain't gonna work out. We're two different people. Because she brought him to like a gallery, and their argument where she felt that they weren't gonna work out was because of their argument about the environment.
I'm gonna tell you what I thoroughly enjoyed about her as well. The fact that she went to a nigga and said, the good news is, I'm pregnant.
No. She was like, do you want the good news or the bad news? She was like, the bad news. She was like, okay, so the bad news is that
we're not gonna work out.
And he's like, yeah, I get that too.
No, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. No, I want you to be happy. No, I want you to be happy. No, I want, if you want to live in a cave in the middle of Hawaii, I want that from you.
And then he's like, well, you know, so what's the good news?
The bad news.
No.
That is the good news. The baby was the good news. I'm sorry. You see how my mind thinks.
Yeah, she was like, I'm pregnant. And he was just like, oh. And then the next episode is them co-parenting.
Perfectly.
It was, yes.
And like co-parenting in the point where they was in a hallway sleeping together, trying to, I forgot what they call it when you try to make a baby soothe themselves to sleep. But essentially whatever that's actually called, that's what they were doing.
She wanted to go to a wedding. He was like, no, her mom came because I forgot what he was doing. But
she was in a penthouse apartment.
Yeah.
And met another nigga. That ended being her nigga.
She ended up working herself from being like the hostess at a museum to then like doing art dealing or something like that.
Yeah, she owned like a museum. I think she did what Charlotte did because she went and found that lady and made her art an exhibit.
And it was just like, wow, y'all can't fail. The world is your oyster, man.
Wow, Darby. Wow, Darby.
Like, I found her story very entertaining because I was like, I know she ain't about to marry this chef. And in the next episode, they were married.
I think you called me on that one.
I was like,
Ebony, she's not going to marry. I'm like, Christy, it's happening.
And then to see their actual wedding on the next season, and the nigga was high. He was coked out of his mind.
So yeah, but so the first season is Darby. The second season enters.
The first season, Darby is a white female. The second season is from a black male's perspective.
His name is Marcus.
Oh, Marcus.
So Marcus is Darby's friend, I believe. But you don't see Marcus in the first season. Mm-hmm. You don't realize how it ties together until you see Darby's wedding, and then it's like, oh, okay, she knows him on some back end wood stuff, and so he goes through his story as like the quirky kind of black guy. He's not like the super cool kid or whatever. He's married to a white woman, which he ends up having somewhat of issues with, I guess, as he finds himself as well. And I was very happy to see and like Jessica Williams because there was a movie, I can't remember, that had Jessica Williams in it.
It was called like I Am Jessica Williams.
Yeah.
The World of Jessica Williams.
Yeah, and it just, I could not, I mean, granted, I'm black and I understand you can't relate to every black woman's story. But that was like one black woman's story I couldn't find shit alike.
It was very geared to the white gaze. It was very...
Yeah, I was just like, this shit ain't for me.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this story. And I also enjoyed this story because his mom is actually Blacktress, the original Aunt Viv.
And she's gotten rid of the butcher's table.
Yeah, thank God.
Now it's the fresh market.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it because then they had a ghetto ass story with the girl from back home.
Yeah.
That was a ghetto ass story.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the girlfriend he had that he moved in with very quickly. That was terrible. Wow. Yeah, that was terrible.
You ain't no king. You a boy.
But yeah, overall, I did. Love Life is on HBOMax. They have 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I would suggest if you have time. It was a quick binge too. I think I finished that like in a week or like 8 days or something.
What you think the next season? Who you think is gonna be like the point of view from?
I was thinking about that, but honestly, because Marcus came out of some backwoods Darby story, I think we're not gonna know the next person. Because why would we?
Or what if they come out of Marcus's sister's wedding? Because then that would make them that would put them in like the LGBTQ
And Black
community.
Well, that makes more sense because people was trying to give names to the third person, like meaning like people like, oh, it's gonna be the best friend that was the AA.
Yeah,
I was like, they wrapped her up though.
Yeah.
Like we seen her transition happened within Darby's story.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Marcus came out of nowhere. Like Marcus wasn't even nowhere. I was like, well, maybe I need to see first season again. But,
no, because they didn't show the wedding. So
okay, yeah. So Marcus was nowhere in first season, and he came out, and it made sense. I feel like third season is going to be the same, where it's going to be somebody we've never seen before. Mm-hmm. Like, because honestly, his sister's story wrapped up.
Yeah.
She was dating the whole time. She was trying to figure it out. She got married by the end of it. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's like the backstory in those stories kind of finished their story in a way. So, I don't know.
Well,
maybe like, well, I don't know. Like, but then that'd be so stereotypical if they're like a Latino Asian. I don't know. We'll see. I liked it though. I'll be tuned in. I wonder when I guess this second season just premiered, but I was about to say because I don't know when the next one's gonna premiere, but hopefully soon. I did enjoy that.
Another show that's on HBO Max that we have watched is The Sex Lives of College Girls.
Obsessed.
Yeah, it's funny. It's from Mindy Kaling.
It's Kelly from The Office. Uh-huh. And I don't know.
She had a show.
She had a show called
The Mindy
Project.
Yeah.
She had the Mindy Project on Hulu, which I actually was a huge fan of. I enjoy those girls. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's for
I enjoyed Sherry Shepherd being one of the girls' moms too, because I didn't expect that.
Right, and I really enjoyed Sherry Shepherd in that role. And
like
I told you, like, it's me watching her, and I'm just like, girl, I remember you was on the Jamie Foxx show.
Girl, dude.
Look at you.
Hold on, I'm trying to look up the cast so I can get their names.
Yeah.
Because I can describe them to y'all.
Because it's 4 girls, a black girl, an Asian girl, and 2 white girls.
Okay, so it's Kimberly, who is like the regular white girl. She's kind of dorky. She's barely in school. She makes really good grades for her city, but once she got to like this prestigious school, she realized that she kind of was falling short the whole time.
I like her mama too.
I like her mama.
Played by Nicole Sullivan.
Love her mom. There's Layden, and she's the typical, what we thought was the typical white girl. She was blonde. She was pretty. She had money, fashion forward, a bit of a mean girl, so that works. And
even though, like, were you surprised to see her friends at the beginning of the show? Like, how they were talking about how, her friends this and this, and then when you saw
I was shocked, but then it made sense because she want to rule it. Like, she wants to be top tier in her friends.
Because I was just like, oh, those are her friends.
And then knowing, again, this show's full of spoiler alerts. Layton is gay. So a bit of her friends that I thought about it is probably because they weren't inquisitive enough to figure out that, because she's straight up like on Tinder getting bitches. Like she fucking people. Like it wasn't like she busting down with bitches, like period. The other one is Bayla. I think she's Indian. I don't think she's Asian.
That's East Asian? Is that
because I thought she was more off Mindy's. I thought she was more the Mindy character.
Well, yeah, but that's what they're called. That's what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that area is like East Asian.
Okay.
Wait, is it?
So either way, she is from like this. prestigious family, and if you know any, but in general, any Asian family and a lot of Indian families.
South Asian. They're South Asian.
Though a South Asian family in general, and also like when you start going to like Indian families, they be wanting your ass to be a doctor, nurse. They don't play that shit. Like your ass ain't wasting our money going to school to be nothing. And so she wants to be on SNL. She wants to be this comedic writer, which I think is kind of based on Mindy Kaling's type of personality. And then we have Whitney, which is the black girl. She's Sherry Shepherd's daughter. Sherry Shepherd is like a senator. So everybody knows who Sherry Shepherd is. And Whitney is such a super cute black girl. She plays soccer. And she's fucking a soccer coach.
A married soccer coach.
This is the married soccer coach. And she's really good in soccer as well.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. When people think you're getting you're bidding because you're having sex, but you're actually just kind of good. But yeah, I enjoyed the fact that the black girl was fucking a white coach. Because normally, they would have made her like the poor one.
Yeah.
Because the one white girl is essentially the poor one. But the black girl, Whitney, does better outside. Not better than Leighton, but she's doing good. And also her mom's a senator and very popular.
Yeah.
Kimberly, the kind of awkward white girl who ain't got the money, is now fucking Leighton's brother.
The hot guy.
The hot guy. And when I mean fucking, I'm talking about they was busting down.
Yeah, I was like, in college?
They bust down in a way that I did never bust down in college.
Right.
I was offended by those college kid sex.
Right.
Because how dare you show me out? In my grown age, at 35. They were still fucking better than I was at 35. And Leighton came out to Kimberly?
Her girl. To
Kimberly, because she thought Kimberly was getting kicked out of school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Leighton is like the perfect white girl, so nobody knows she's gay. And so, then they have a story with sexual assault with Bela. They have a story about sexual assault. I don't know, it's just a well-rounded show.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would like it. And granted, I enjoyed too with Whitney. They got her into the HBCU and they just didn't make her a part of like this white school. So I did enjoy that we start seeing the black side of the school.
Niecy Nash's daughter.
And it wasn't until Christy mentioned that one of Niecy Nash's daughters is one of the girls that Whitney hangs out with eventually when she gets with the HBCU. Well, not the HBCU. What do they call it?
The Black
Student Union? BSU.
Yeah, BSU.
I knew that because I hung out at People's BSU. BSU is like the Black Student Union of a predominantly white institution. So I did enjoy the fact that they started towards like the last 3 or 4 episodes. They started like merging her into some black kids. I don't know. It was a good show. It's funny. It's quirky. It's realistic.
Yeah, they have diversity.
They have diversity done in a forced way.
Not like
forced.
Yeah,
It's
right. It's what you would think.
It's what Gen Z that's under us?
Gen Z.
It's exactly how Gen Z actually operates.
Yeah.
And since we're here, it's pretty much how Sex and the City does not operate. But now that makes sense.
And just like that, we're diversified.
But now that you mentioned it, Sex Lives of College Girls is definitely a Gen Z show. Because no one ever really... It's not really a full discussion about everybody's diversity. Everybody's just who they are, and everybody just walking around.
They just know with it.
And minding their business.
Yeah.
And Leighton doesn't come out because Leighton is embarrassed. Yeah. She's like, I come from this certain family. I can't be gay. So that is more of a Leighton problem than anybody else's problem. And even when Leighton told the one girl didn't even like bust a grape. It's just, oh, you gay? So I'm fucking your brother.
Right.
So, which is funny. So, and just like that premiered maybe 3 weeks ago on HBOMax as well. And just like that is like the second version of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And they're in a space where they're trying to make it diverse.
Forcing the diversity.
But they announce every time somebody is different from a straight white woman. And I find that rather annoying.
It is. It takes away from like the show. It takes away from like
the dialogue.
Yeah.
Just a regular dialogue.
Yeah.
The only time I kind of liked it, and I would have liked it, I did not like the monologue from Shay Davis.
I didn't either.
I didn't think she was funny.
Horrible.
And I just didn't think she was funny.
Well, let me not say it was horrible. It was just
Not
for
funny.
it to be a comedy show. She wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
I mean, they weren't funny.
They weren't.
Shay was not funny.
Shay was not funny.
Because
They weren't funny.
Plural pronouns
So-
for singular people. I just know.
I didn't like that. And I do find it entertaining that Charlotte's daughter Rose is hinting at wanting to be trans. I think it's only funny because how Charlotte has this perfect type of space around her. So, and she wanted a baby so bad, and she wanted this perfect space, and she wanted a baby, and it's perfect, and I'm pregnant, and a baby, and it's perfect, and I need it to be perfect. And I will call her daughter now, because has she officially came out soon?
No, I don't think
The daughter, Rose, wants to be called Rock, and has said that she doesn't feel like essentially a girl. So I just think I would like to explore that.
Because my thing is does she really feel that way, or is she just rebelling against?
Yeah, and maybe it her just being so, put on the dress. Because Charlotte, if you ever watch Sex and the City, Charlotte is very, put on the perfect dress. We're drinking out of teacups. Girl, hair perfect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, and I mean, Anthony told her that, was like, well, she wanted to be a dog when she was 3. Is she a dog right now? Mm-hmm. Like, he was just like, let that girl just kind of figure it out, because she could just be rebelling.
Yeah, because she's trying to push her so hard.
Yeah, you're trying to push her so hard into wearing floral print, and the girl don't want to be in floral print.
Yeah, she could just be a tomboy.
Yeah, just let her ride with that.
Yeah.
So, but I do find that dynamic interesting. But again, that's on top of the fact that we got to announce that everybody's gay and non-binary. So now we got to announce this. And then Nicole Ari Parker, who I adore since Soul Food, she played Terry Joseph on Soul Food. She's now on it, which is a super great look for her. I think that is like fabulous. But even with her, it was like this whole thing of, I got a black friend. So what do I do with a black friend? Black people, I'm white, you're black.
I just watched a whole episode where Charlotte and then we're at an African dance class.
A black friend.
Yeah, like.
And so even though I just think they're overdoing it, because then a part of me did, and I genuinely enjoyed when Charlotte checked the mother-in-law about the black art. And it was just like, that actually could have been the I get it moment versus, I gotta go to a black party. Did you read Michelle Obama book?
Yeah.
Because we're going to a black party. Because they're black people. They're going to be black.
I just realized I don't have any black friends.
Because I'm white and they're black. And we're Jewish, but they're black. And it was just like that scene where the mother-in-law tried to like check Nicole Ari Parker. I can't think of her name in the show, but check her about how expensive the art was in the house. And then Charlotte, because Charlotte was an art buyer and ran an art studio, actually knew the art. When Charlotte kind of went down all the art, I was like, that is like that was it. That was the moment to be like, okay, we're different, but I see you.
Yeah.
I see this. I see what's going on. I know where these came from. I know what these mean. I see it. Versus, I'm black.
Walking up to one black chick like, are you?
You're black.
Yeah.
But I'm about to hang out with a black girl. Because I'm white. But I like her. And she's black. So I think it's a lot. But overall, I know they don't run together in my head because I just won't let it, because I need a happy ending to an extent to Sex and the City. But I do not mind it just like that. Yeah. I think it's funny. I think it's nice to see them at their age. I think
it's weird to see them at their age.
It is. especially if you watch, like I started watching, Christy's been watching Sex and the City.
Sex and the City over.
And Adriana from Recovering Party Girls started watching Sex and the City as well. So I hit play on the first episode or two of Sex and the City. So it's crazy. It kind of makes me a bit nervous and excited to see me in 10 years. Because life just be happening. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, this us right now, this very moment.
Yeah.
I'm in a Whitney Houston t-shirt. She got on a School Days t-shirt. And in 10 years, it might be a strolling, some babies happening. And we having tea time over husbands. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I can't get with Miranda letting her 17-year-old son have sex in the
No,
house. Like
I would never. But Miranda checked out. You know what I realized about this? Again, this show's full of spoilers.
She didn't want the baby in the first place anyway.
She didn't want the baby in the first place anyway. She did.
That sounds bad, but
she did drop that baby between the love seats during the baby shower. Remember that when she was just like, oh wait, you can't hold yourself?
Yeah, she only kept the baby because at the time Charlotte was trying for a baby.
She was miscarrying.
Yeah, she felt bad, and because Steve, he had the one testicle at the time, and yeah,
that gives some assistance to that baby.
Yeah,
I can't get past him having sex, but now as the show has continued, she's checked out of that house. It's not even about Steve anymore. She's literally checked out of that whole house.
Well, she always settled for Steve anyway, so.
Christy really hates Miranda and Steve.
I don't hate them, but it's just like when you watch it, and okay, so first off, I never watched Sex and the City. I didn't watch the show back then because we didn't have HBO and stuff, and back then, that just didn't seem like a type of show that I would be interested in. But I watched the movies when they came out. But in the movies, Miranda and Steve weren't happy. But so then last year is when I actually sat and watched Sex and the City. And I think I said something to Ebony back then, like, so Miranda settled for Steve. And her and my other friend, I was like, she didn't.
I will say that because I always said that she was fighting every time Steve had somebody. She fought for Steve.
But when you think about it, Miranda did that with the first guy in season 1 who Carrie put her on. When she found out that he had somebody else, that's when she started going hard for him. With Steve, like I told you earlier, Steve was to Miranda what Aiden was for Carrie, which was a safe choice. She knew that Steve will always be there. When she got pregnant, Steve was there. She just always knew Steve was gonna be there. And Miranda lacked self-confidence. The guys that she really wanted, who may have been quote unquote like out of her league looks wise, when she got those guys, because she lacks such self-confidence, she would sabotage it. Because it was the one, the detective that was very attractive. I just watched that episode. She got self-conscious because other women were looking at him. And then there was another guy who told her that she was sexy running on the treadmill. She didn't know how to take that. She sabotaged that. And then with Blair Underwood, I didn't want her and Blair Underwood to work just because that's Blair Underwood. But I mean, it was a real life. It's real life. I mean, don't nobody love an average white woman more than a black man. So it was true to life that he could have dated her, but she wasn't gonna be.
Yeah, nobody loved an average white woman more than a black man. But go ahead.
But I'm saying, and I love black men.
Y'all do love some average white hoes.
My black brother, strong brother, but she was gonna sabotage that anyway, regardless of Steve, because she couldn't handle. She wasn't going to be able to handle him being attractive. She wasn't going to be able to handle him being black.
So you think she got her rocks off because she could steal Steve from other women?
Yes.
That was a boost of confidence.
Yes, and she knew Steve would always be there. But she didn't really want Steve. Carrie said in the episode that I just watched, she was like, Miranda don't really want Steve.
But spoiler alert in Miranda's real life, Cynthia Nixon actually was married to a man and she's now with a woman.
Which makes sense why she didn't have chemistry with me.
And that is the thing. I think a bit of her chemistry too was because maybe she had something going on off screen as well.
Yeah. And then like she just
because her and Che was getting out. Listen.
Off with some fingers.
For 2 seconds, I was just like, so what are you doing with those fingers? And
right.
Tell me about it so I might be able to tell somebody about it.
All of some fingers.
Ate her up like that. She ought to be ashamed of herself.
While her friend was couldn't get.
Let me tell you, so I was on Twitter and somebody was like, Carrie's a baby. And I'm like, no.
She just had hip surgery.
If I had, first of all, my husband still just died.
Right.
And I had hip surgery. If I had to pee on myself while you get finger popped in my fucking kitchen, I got a problem.
Right.
I peed on myself.
And you're there to help me.
I peed on myself.
Yeah, you're there to help me, not be taking shots.
And you know how long it hurt. Like it genuinely hurts to like move around. Bitch, you got me fucked up.
And now my bed smells like pee.
No, I'll be cussing your ass out every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Tried it.
Yeah. So.
But overall, I actually thoroughly enjoy and just like that. I do. Only thing is, I just kind of think that I still didn't have to have it, even though I enjoy it. I didn't have to have it because you killed off Big in the first episode. Stanford.
Even though he didn't want.
I said this on Recovering Particles. Recovering Particles. Chris Nothing did not want to be a part of this show. I feel like the leverage to it all was, all right, we just gonna kill you. And to come back for one episode and that shit blow up your damn life would piss me the fuck off.
Big's trifling is triggered them women, man.
Exactly. Like that nigga couldn't even die in peace. Big could not essentially die in peace. But between like them killing off Big and Samantha not returning and Stanford, unfortunately, he died of cancer.
And I don't even like the way they're handling his character on the show.
Yeah, because then it's just like that. Anthony was still married to him, so it's like, but I know he's not a main character, so we don't even get to watch him grieve. Yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed the show for what it is, and in my mind, they're very separate from Sex and the City and Just Like That. But and Just Like That is not something I needed at all. They was better off doing a 2-hour movie if they wanted to update us. Mm. And I think that would have been easier for all parties involved. They could have shot for a couple of months, got a movie together, and bucked. But again, people love a reboot, and people, they know Sex and the City is a cash cow. But the funny part about Sex and the City is that actual true white women that love that damn show cannot stand this diversity shit that y'all pulling.
I'm with you.
And I'm with them.
Sisters unite.
I am. I'll be right with them. Hey, Carol. I am with you. Just because you're white does not mean you have to hang out with black people. You can just hang out with white people. I too agree. Thank you, Karen. I'll be right there. I'm in white mid 40, 50s Twitter right now with white women. Thank you, Ebony. You have a blessed holiday, Suzette.
I love your name.
Yeah. And I'll be right with them. I'm not announcing I'm black. My name's Ebony. Well, that means I'm black. But Ebony literally means
you
black.
You been talking to them women?
Yeah, and do. Give a shit. Like, because I'll be right with them. Thank you so much, Camille. I too think it's a little too tough on the diversity. It's okay for white women to just hang with white women. It's okay for other people. Your friendships don't have to be the United Nations. Right there with their ass.
My one black friend.
Yeah, for real.
Social media, she
like
agrees.
4 of them follow me too.
Ebony agrees.
Exactly. Because she retweeted me and commented over my retweet. I'm like, yes. Thank you so much. You have a blessed holiday.
Wait till you post a clip of me saying, don't nobody love the average white woman more than a black man. It's gonna be like racist.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm like in mid 40s to 50s Twitter behind this shit. Right with them white women. Thank you so much, Ashley. Like, the fuck? I just don't understand why everybody has to have black friends and be gay. I still don't understand. Sometimes white straight people just hang with white straight people. I too sometimes only hang out with black straight people. Thank you so much, Samantha.
I guess they were like, well, y'all said black people weren't in the shows, and so
they like here's diversity
in the forefront in my storyline,
girl. Because I don't be on that shit in black shows a lot, so don't do that. Like I like it in The Office, I like it in Parks and Rec, but I don't do that shit on no Harlem or Insecure or whatever.
But I mean, Parks and Recs and The Office makes sense because those are
That-
workplace environments.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
The Grey's Anatomy, that's the hospital.
Workplace environment.
Yeah, but like if I'm going to my personal damn life every day, I don't. And then the thing is, in those work environments, Carrie and them still work with people who weren't their people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they weren't the front story. And that is okay. But shout out to Just Like That. I do enjoy it.
Another show that has taken place in New York that has debuted on Prime, was it Thanksgiving? Was it around Thanksgiving or
It
was
might
it
have been,
early
right? It might be
December?
like the week after, like the 5th.
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it's a week after Thanksgiving. You talk about
Okay.
Harlem?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the 2nd or 3rd. It was like a few days after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Shout out to Harlem.
Yes.
I did have to call Christy because no shade. Because I'm sorry. I never remember names to a lot of shows. I just.
Oh, girl. I only remember Ty because she was my favorite character. And I don't remember Megan Good's character name or Grace or the other
Okay,
girl.
so Camilla's Megan Good. Quinn is Boo Boo Kitty. Angie is the actress, singer. And then you said Ty. Yeah, Ty is the lesbian friends. Okay. So I did call Christy because I asked, did she think Angie and Quinn were stereotypical? And I didn't want to be that person because I would never put nothing like that online or whatever, like tweet it. But I did thoroughly enjoy both of them in their character. Mm-hmm. But you didn't. Did you tell me you thought they were or weren't?
I thought they were.
Stereotypical? But not in a bad way or just average way?
Yeah. It wasn't nothing for me to get on.
Like, to me, it's like
stereotypes of this shit.
Yeah, no, to me, a lot of times it just be average stereotypes that just is what it is.
Yeah.
But okay, so I enjoyed it because I did enjoy Ty. I think I adored Ty's character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought Ty was funny. I think she's gorge.
Mm-hmm.
I think outside of Angie, she brings a lot to their friend group.
Uh-huh.
I just want Camille to get back with her nigga. And I want Quinn to
But
find...
I like the new guy too. Like, it's just so hard because she's like, it's like, I understand you going back to the old dude because sometimes you gotta go back just to see, like,
Just
can
to
you work
see.
this out?
Don't drop the pussy on me. Yeah, girl, like that.
Can you work? Are we meant to be? And it's like either y'all gonna do it and see, or y'all are always gonna be pining over each other. Even when you move forward, like, it'll always be, you're the one that got away. You're the one that I always loved, but now I'm settling for this person because this makes sense.
Do you think Quinn is going to go full throttle in her lesbian relationship? Her mom's going. Okay, and shout out to Jasmine Guy. I was so happy to see her. Threw me off a little bit because I was like, is that Jasmine Guy talking? And then I realized she was doing a Caribbean accent. Threw me off a little bit, Jasmine Guy. You look snatched. Your body looked good. Your face looked great. You looked amazing, Jasmine Guy. Adore you. Do you think they're going to go full throttle on that storyline? Also, I want to see the Get Out Broadway show.
Jacarius. Where you at, Jacarius?
Jacarius Johnson. Why you want to remake everything?
Why you trying to
Get
make
Out is right there.
Yes. But get in touch with Jordan Peele first.
No, because you told me doing New Jack City next.
He's doing New Jack. No.
And if you don't know who Jacarius Johnson is, apparently he takes like 90s movies and make them into stage plays.
We don't know why.
We're still trying to figure out. Me and Christy had a conversation one day. We think Jacarius Johnson, and if he does this, that means he stole our idea and he owes us money.
He does.
But so we suggested that he goes into 90s books. It was a little era where, I don't know if y'all mama had it, but my mom had like this little mail thing that used to come in every month. And you can pick like 10 books for like a penny, apparently. So at the time, my mom used to get Eric Jerome Dickey books and Omar Tyree books. And so me and Christy decided that maybe his stage plays should be like Milk and My Coffee, Friends and Lovers, Cheaters, Fly Girl, those type of books. Because they're super popular. But for a certain era, they're not. So it'll be new material.
Yeah, and you're bringing something on the page to life. It doesn't make sense to take a movie and then make it into a stage play when people usually take stage plays
and make them into a high budget movie.
Yeah, because, you know, with the movie set and all that, you could do more. So, and I don't want to see what he gonna do to Pookie.
Yeah, so he's doing New Jack City. My friend Brandy went to see Set It Off. She sent me a video where they were hysterically laughing when Cleo, who was being played by Debrat, got killed.
And if you have seen the movie, you know that is the saddest part
That
of the movie.
is because she like that cigarette. The saddest part too is when she tell them that she gonna go ahead, like she don't say I'm gonna take the bullet, but she basically
she's like, y'all get out, I'm gonna go distract them.
And they knew, like they knew that was like.
They gave that hug when Jada gave that hug.
Jada gave that hard ass. Jada hugged so hard. Like, Jada snatched the fuck out of Queen Latifah.
It was like, we ain't gonna see each other again, girl.
Oh my God. Imagine, I would never do no shit like that for my friends.
We all getting killed. We all going to jail.
Are we all gonna run? Or we all gonna die? How are we gonna choose this? Because we're in all that shit with her and Frankie went separate ways. We're either all going to die or we're all going to live.
I wouldn't even made it. They would have came to the back. I'm like, we did. I'm sorry, y'all.
I would have never robbed a bank with Chrissy. Chrissy would have been TT. I just would have had to just hug her in the back like, yeah, it was best she got shot.
No, I would look, hell, I wouldn't even been TT. I'd be like, okay, guns down, don't shoot.
She hugged her so. Jada, they did they fucking best acting in that last. Let me tell you something. I don't even watch Set It Off. Like I watched. It was two movies growing up. My mom said I could not watch. It was Players Club and Set It Off. Honestly, I'm not into Guns A-Blazing anyway. So like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, art movies I watch on a regular.
Set It Off is long too.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Vivica Fox, so I knew the premise of Set It Off.
Frankie wanna rob the bank. Frankie wanna blow up the bank.
Okay. So when my mama said I couldn't watch Set It Off, that was fine. But Players Club was hilarious because my friend back in middle school, mind y'all. Her mama rented it from Blockbuster. She gave it to me. I watched it. I walked into my mama's room. Was like, Players Club's not as bad as you think it is. You should watch it. And then my mom was just like, okay. And then that was it. She never questioned why I watched the movie that she told me not to watch. Like, I literally watched it, like, because my mom was very big on us having separate shit, like me and my brother and whatever. So we had TVs and DVDs and VHSs and stereos in our room. Like, we had whole entertainment centers that had nothing to do with our living room. Watched that whole movie at like probably like 7:30 in the morning. Watched the whole movie. Woke when she was just getting up, so it had to be nothing but like 9:30, 10. You should probably watch this. It's not as bad as you think. It's actually really good. They got a good message too. It's like saying you shouldn't strip. And I just went on about what I was doing.
So what was it about Set It Off that she didn't want you watching?
I don't know. I think for some strange reason she got weird about the murders, or maybe
was sexy.
I never asked, I'm gonna ask her. I've never asked what the issue was. Because the thing is, I seen what's the one movie where they found out they quoted it so much in the 90s. It's the movie where the guy the person was trans.
Oh, you talking about
I'm about to call it I'm Not Gonna Get You. It's not God damn it. I see it in my head.
Forrest Whitaker played in it.
It was, but I watched that. I watched Sliver. Sliver was like ridiculously much sex with white people.
What is Sliver? Isn't that something where it's like
It's like Alec Baldwin's brother. Which one? The not, because Alec Baldwin's actually the more attractive one out of all of them.
And they got another one that's attractive too.
Okay, so this is the one that's not attractive.
But not the... Okay.
Not the daddy, but the least attractive brother. It's like they're in like this sexy apartment building, but somebody's watching all the rooms. And the sex scenes in there was so like extreme that I was just like...
The crying game.
The crying game. I was able to watch the crying game and stuff. Like, my mama just got really weird about Set It Off. She just... Set It Off and Players Club was the two things I was not allowed to watch. I went to her about Players Club and we just never discussed the fact that...
Oh, I never seen Sliver. I thought this was about something else.
No, Sliver was like this thriller, but they was...
What were you doing watching this
soft
movie?
Porn. They were like soft porn in that movie.
William Baldwin is in it.
Soft fucking porn.
William Baldwin is one of the cute ones. I think him and Alec Baldwin are.
Wait, let me see.
I think him and Alec are the.
Because I can barely
ones.
remember it.
He looks like a younger version of Alec.
Oh, this is the one I was talking about.
You don't think he's cute? I thought you were talking about the other one. That's like.
Let me see the other one because he was kind of, and he was thinner too. This was like in the 90s. He was thinner too, so he looked a bit doofy to me.
I thought she was talking about what's the face, the one that's Halle.
God, that family. So I'm sorry, that family's a hot mess, but that family got so much money and shit.
The one that's married to what's the face is married to his daughter.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think like Stephen Baldwin is that attractive one to me.
Oh yeah, he's not. But he was like young and doofy looking.
And then Daniel Baldwin.
But they used to.
He looked like he could be attractive, but he also
He's
like
fat.
he got alcohol.
Yeah, they all probably do. They snort coke. That family snort coke as a collective. It's okay. It's A-okay. Them white men cut the fuck up.
This has been back in the day.
But Alec
was
is always cute.
Alec was, yeah.
Alec ought to be ashamed of himself.
Him and Kim Basinger was such like a sexy looking couple.
Come on. That's attractive. But still, even that, they're still just an attractive family. Just Alex to me is more attractive than the rest, but they're an attractive family. But yeah, Sliver was like top tier soft porn. I was just like, how was I getting away with that?
How did you watch that?
No, I think I sat there and watched it with my mom when she rented it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I used to make my Barbies hunch like Sliver, and that's how I know I should not have been watching it. Because I had a penthouse for my Barbies, so I made them hunch just like the movie Sliver. Like there's.
Well, I used to have to cover my eyes until I was 16. Like.
Girl.
If I watched the movie with sex, I have to cover my eyes.
But you know what happens is you get older and you realize what you're watching, so then you get embarrassed. And what
I don't like watching stuff like that.
Love Jones, I watched Love Jones repeatedly, but because I knew it was gonna come up, the second they got ready to have sex, I would just automatically go to the bathroom. That is what I did my bathroom break. And then that's when I realized, you know, how sometimes you just realize like, oh, it's like, nah, that shit make me uncomfortable as hell. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't know how we got off. What were we talking about?
Harlem.
Oh,
we were talking about Set It Off. And then, because I asked you, why couldn't you watch Set It Off?
Okay, I still don't. That's
okay, back to Harlem.
I'll ask my mom why I couldn't watch Set It Off. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So they had did like this thing where it was like name your friend group, and they had the women from Set It Off, and I was just like, they all fucking died except for one. Why do y'all keep putting the women of Set It Off as girlfriends? They're not. Harlem, Insecure, Gina Pam, girl. I can name all these other shows. Yeah,
Like, we got to see them at a party like once or twice. But the rest of
them niggas were miserable and broke and tired and sad.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
I'm in a fucking bind, Nate. I say that sometimes to people just as a joke. I'm in a bind, Nate. Like, give me my shit. But yeah, so shout out. But I thoroughly enjoyed Harlem. I was a little weary because Run the World had also premiered this year.
And you don't want to compare shows.
You don't want to compare shows.
You gotta be honest.
But it was like Run the World was set in Harlem as well. It was 4 black women. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear, it's not even Harlem and Run the World. Most times when there's a set number of black women in a show, everybody has strategic places to be and characters to have. Mm-hmm. So a lot of shows, and that can be Sex in the City, that can be Girlfriends, that can be Harlem, that can be Insecure, Living Single. All of them have a particular type of aesthetic. So I was a little leery, but I thoroughly enjoyed Harlem. And I would suggest anybody watch that, actually.
Yeah, I did too. Good. You got a good one with that, Megan Good.
Megan Good, and you know, somebody said they can't understand why your shows didn't work. They said you need a good supporting cast, and they was right. Because you narrating that show and having a great cast was top tier.
Whoopi is in it.
Shout out to Whoopi, because Whoopi can't stand Megan Good. Love that.
Yeah, so watch Harlem. And now, the show that has kicked off all of these shows of our generation in the last few years. Insecure. It's a wrap.
I don't even have... This season wasn't that good, y'all.
Yeah, like, I think the finale was good.
The finale was good. But they got 10 episodes?
Yeah.
About... It's 10 episodes? I think about...
3 or 4.
4 of them was not good.
you think was not good? Because I think about 3 or 4 of them were good. The rest of them was just kind of like,
I think the one with Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I might even be less than you. I think I could live with the finale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's up to... I can live with it, though. The episode where they had, like, the Wayne XL Essential Night.
That episode. And then the going away episode. I mean, the going away party for Derek and Tiffany.
Okay, so 6 episodes were fluff to me.
Mm-hmm.
And fluff because they invested way too much time in Nathan and us getting to know Nathan. And I just genuinely did not... I'm sorry, Chrissy's dog is here. And apparently she's not being a nice mom.
She's always here.
I think they spent too much time on Nathan for it not to even be a debate that she was going to end up with Lawrence. It was either end up with Lawrence or end up by yourself. But I think everybody pretty much knew she wasn't going to end up with Nathan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
they invested a lot of time on Nathan in a barbershop where Nathan didn't cut fucking hair or do anything in the barbershop.
He did it.
And it's just like, at the end of the day, it wasn't even about Lawrence. It was like, I think we knew that she was going to end up with herself or end up with Lawrence. I think they spent too much time on Kofi. I don't know why they spent so much time on Kofi.
I don't understand why.
It could have been more background than it was.
And I don't understand why at the end of the day it would be a hard decision between working with him who went online and basically tried to mess up your livelihood over a disagreement versus, trying to work things out with you, or MBW.
But my thing is, I could see that because the other basis of the show was a love for LA.
But she was already doing the block, and so MBW was going to continue to help her in doing things for the community.
But I think she feel like she would have turned her back on the actual city and the people that she really called herself trying to help and align herself with. So I could almost see that, but also that could have been way more background than it was full ground to me.
Yeah.
And I don't understand Tiffany and Derek. I didn't understand the season.
I think what they should have did was, if they could have kept the Stanford episode, then they should have did a year with Molly, kept the year with Lawrence like they did a year with Issa. Then they did the episode with the Waiting to Exhale thing, the 4 girls and condoling Lawrence, wrapping up their stuff. Then they could have kept the episode with Tiffany and Derek's going away party. Then, because the last episode was like year 32, year 33, year 34, they should have did a year 32, year 33, year 34 could have been broken up in 2 episodes. Episode 9 could have been them preparing for Molly's wedding.
I would have liked to see that.
The last episode would have been since we began the show on Issa's birthday, in the show on Issa's birthday.
And then we could have tied everything together. Because I kind of feel like, too, throughout, and maybe people said it was maybe the off-the-screen stuff going on. I feel like there's just like a lot of unanswered questions with Tiffany and Derek, and I know they weren't main characters, but they had a weird way of suggesting things about them, but never fully indulging in things like, oh, he lived in a hotel, oh, I'm in depression, oh, I hate it here, oh, I'm pregnant again by the end of the series. It's just like, so are you happy or unhappy?
Yeah, because Derek always seemed happy.
Yeah, and then even with Kelly, I seen online, they showed the picture of the baby, and it was like the baby was at the wedding, he got fussy, so they cut the baby out of the last episode, which I can totally get. Yeah. But y'all still didn't explore it enough to begin with. It was just like, I'm about to have this nigga baby.
And then we kept seeing Kelly. We saw like 2 scenes of Kelly, and it's like, so is she pregnant or did she?
And then with Molly's mom, it's like, if y'all were going to kill Molly's mom off, y'all should have just did that in the episode where she was in the hospital and let her and Torian evolved it. So maybe they should have did a full episode of Molly where her mom had a stroke. Then her mama didn't come out that stroke somewhere within the episode. And then you start to see the beginning of her and Torian. Because I would have liked it if her mom had the stroke. It's like, oh my God, mom had a stroke, blah, blah, blah. Because there was a whole lot of time of Issa and Nathan walking that fucking dog and losing Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even need to see all that. All that was stupid. That conversation they had while they was walking was stupid. her saying I love you wasn't even as pivotal as they thought it was gonna be. It was just like, oh, okay, why she said that dumb shit.
Yeah.
So they could have actually just had Issa come to the hospital. My mom's sick. We switch clothes. Hey girl, friends forever. No shade, saved by the bell. The mom just copes, and then Molly not being able to deal with it, just go straight out of town to work. And so that episode where she was out of town and partying and Molly time, I would have liked to see that of her coping of her mom dying, and Torian kind of like giving a side eye, like, you straight, and then he realizes all this stuff happened, and they kind of worked through the episode.
I don't mind, but that's what I was saying. Like, if they would have did like the year with Molly, they could have like kind of shown all that. But I didn't mind them killing off her mom. I mean, I know that I don't know, it sounds bad,
Terrible.
but it's the fact that like we didn't get to see her react to it. So that's like in year 32, year 33 was when they killed off her mom. So I would it was year 32. It was after her birthday.
I don't even know how to go.
So I would have preferred them like kind of year 33, because that was the year that her and Torian were going on vacation, and it was assumed that he was gonna propose to her. I would have wanted to see like how she kind of like handled her mother's death, and then Torian being there for her, since we didn't really get to see their relationship.
Yeah, and I feel like with Molly, we deserve to see her relationship, because the premise of Molly was she wanted fucking love.
Yeah, we deserve to see how this love blossoms.
Yeah, it's like Issa didn't even want love when we met Issa. Issa wanted to be out. Like,
but considering that she got back with Lawrence, we also deserve to see them as happy, a functional, happy.
I can agree to that, because y'all invested so much in a breakup. I would have liked you to invest that much in them getting back together.
Yeah,
you invested in a goddamn breakup.
Yeah.
So, but as I can totally agree with that. But with Molly, we met Molly, and Molly was on dating apps. She was trying to find somebody, and it's just like, okay, I'm married. Happy New Year. You're like, oh.
I'm on my honeymoon. We ain't seen that. This nigga's so annoying. He just want to be with me everywhere. Like, okay, girl.
Yeah. So it's just like, then he said, oh, that's what I gotta look forward to. This is all that is what you.
That's what I gotta look forward.
Yeah, it's like, you engaged.
So you're engaged, yeah. And even with like Lawrence's engagement, even if they didn't make a big deal about that, like if they would have showed Molly's wedding, and then later on her and Lawrence may have been together that night, since they were already in like Greece or something, he could have proposed to her then and ended that episode. And now we're seeing Issa's birthday and how that day went. But it's like, like you said, we deserve to see Molly and her happy ending, getting married and stuff like that. And
we deserve the full story, and I feel like we didn't get a full story. We got a bunch of fluff, because like I said, that Nathan was just way too much of being invested for no reason.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because I know that they did have a hard time with like filming because of COVID and stuff like that.
If they would have just said it's coming back in 2023, and they would have just waited to figure it out, I would have respected that more. And granted, it wasn't a bad season. It just, season 5, for it to be the last season, and they consciously set the whole time that it was going to end in season 5. For it to fall flat was kind of ridiculous to me.
It was like, they're just like, here,
take it.
Here, I'm only doing this so I don't get fined. Take this shit.
Yeah, I would have loved to see everybody like evolve into their story.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's like Insecure was not a perfect show by far, but we definitely need to give Insecure its flowers.
That's a top tier show. No, that was a top tier show.
It ushered in like all of these shows that we're seeing now with like Harlem and Run the World, and just, we've seen all black cast shows before where it's like 20-something, 30-somethings living their life. But for our generation, for millennials, this is the first show that I really felt like I saw myself in it. Like, because
even in those shows back in the day, Living Single and them still feel grown. Even when I watch Living Single now, they still feel grown as fuck.
And it might have been like, well, I lost my job, but I got another job. Like, even
in a different world, I know it sounds weird, but granted they dealt with college things, that felt like a very grown crew too. Like, I related to like the the college topics they had. But something about Whitley and Dwayne and them just felt more.
Because they had themselves together more in the 90s. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like Insecure was the first time. It's just like, I wrecked my car, I'm driving Uber.
Like,
and it's like, I can relate that, bitch. I wrecked my car.
And it's like, I don't have a job. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Or I got this job and I just feel stuck. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
I'm on these dating apps. Yeah. I'm about to stay with my friend.
Yeah.
My friend got it together. Oh my God, I hate it. She got it together. Then you realize she crumbling in her personal life.
Yeah.
And it's just, it was the first, it's really just the small things of, let's go to the taco truck. I don't know, it sounds stupid, but it's like the first time it was just like, let's go get some tacos. Let's go get some $2 tacos.
Yeah, I saw myself in Lawrence with this whole being unemployed, because for a time I got laid off from my job, like after I graduated college. I didn't know what my next move was. Like, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there.
I see myself in Issa and Molly.
Yeah, I saw myself in with that. With Issa, I saw myself like just kind of like the lack of confidence, and also the being stuck in a job. You're just like, this ain't really for me.
That, and then just one decision changing the course of 500 things, and you did think about how it's going to trickle down. It's like, I did this one thing here. What do you mean it's ruining my entire fucking life?
Yeah.
What? I can't afford. I did one decision, because that's really how we feel. Like, what, nigga? One decision hit all these spaces in my heart.
Yeah.
I felt that. I felt Molly's need of like, I'm a bad bitch. So wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not pressed like Molly, but at the same, I understand, like, when you're younger, you just think like, it's gonna happen. You know, I'm gonna meet a man and I'm gonna get married and kids, and then you get to a certain age, it's like,
and then I understood. I know it's gonna sound weird, y'all. One thing I enjoyed about Insecure too, even when Issa probably wasn't working, Molly, Kelly, and Tiffany had corporate jobs that they had to go to. Them niggas still was going to go chill and taking Molly's and stuff like that. And I feel like I live in more of a space like that where it ain't too much judgment in a space where it's like, oh, we're all here for a weekend.
Yeah, we having a good time.
Whatever.
A marijuana. Like,
Hey. And then everybody can go back to like their real lives, like, the weekend didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think you got that either when you watch shows like Living Singles. Like, y'all, they never hit the blunt. Like,
it was like,
they never hit the blunt.
It was like, it showed that we could be a mess, and you could be a mess on the weekends, but then having to do your thing on the weekdays, or just not knowing, just really figuring out life. And I appreciate that about that show, because I don't really feel like any other shows before that really gave us that. And it just let us know that you're not alone. We all
Another day is gone
as we come to the end. You know, I just realized a couple of years ago that's the song about a breakup.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I ever really thought about that, because on the last episode of Different World, they sang that song as Whitley and...
Well, I mean, I think because when you say as we come to the end of the road, it just seems like I can see how people misconstrue it, because you know they're using that for Blackish as well. Blackish is using. I don't even think they're using the original version of "End of the World." End of the World. But yeah, I can totally see how if you isolate the chorus real quick, it sounds like the ending of something. But no, that's a breakup song.
Yeah, I was like, this is a breakup song.
Yeah, they use it on Blackish. And you know what, now that I think about it, I don't think that's the original version they're using. And now that I think about it, I really need to see if that's Boyz II Men singing it.
Probably not. No, I know you really don't mean.
Yeah, if you isolate it, but I realize if you isolate a lot of songs to chorus and take out what they talk about in the verses, you can isolate it to something else.
Yeah. And also, we have to thank Insecure too for putting us on these indie artists that may not get as much notoriety.
And shout out to them for doing that, because now instead of all these shows using the Hot 100, they go digging deep to figure out new people.
Because Harlem used a few of the songs off of Insecure.
Harlem did a good job. It was another show I just watched. Was it bigger? Oh, it was another black show that
A lot, 20s.
20, a lot of the shows now aren't just focused on what everybody knows the words to. Because the reality is, you know, it's not a lot of money in the music industry. Apparently Issa Rae hates the music industry.
I saw that.
I feel bad for her because it is trash. I mean, they've said the music industry has been trash forever. But now Spotify and Apple Music be willing to pay y'all to put y'all music up because Insecure got to deal with Spotify. If you go to Spotify, they have every song that was ever played on Insecure on this Insecure track.
Is it by season? Is it by show? Or
no, and that was the thing. John was just looking just to look. It might be in chronological order, but they didn't separate it season 1, season 2.
Season 3 and 4 soundtracks, like both overall the music of the show and the little various artist soundtracks were the best for me.
Yeah, I like 1 and 4, but the way I did mine is I followed some people on Apple Music that uploaded every episode. So every like Sunday night or every Monday morning, you'll get a notification. They edit the songs from the night before. So that's what I did. But yeah.
Yeah, but you know, Issa, you really did your thing with Insecure. Like the show is groundbreaking.
Betty White died.
Betty White, they were just talking about how she turned 100.
Betty White, beloved and trailblazing actress, dies at 99. Her birthday is gonna be today or tomorrow?
I thought like at the beginning of January, I think.
Oh, that's why they was getting ready. They was planning her party. Oh no!
Oh.
Well, she was 99. I'm not that sad, but
it's the fact that they just like put her on the People's magazine and was like she 100. I just saw somebody comment was like, well, her birthday it hasn't come yet, so don't be jinxing it.
Oh no! Oh, it sure is. My 100. Oh, she did an interview. My 100th birthday. Funny never gets old. I can't believe it's coming up and People magazine is celebrating with me. That's sad.
It is.
Oh, and it's available so it's already on. Oh.
Well, rest in peace, Betty White.
I kept saying her name, but I thought it was because it was her birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, Betty White.
And again, Insecure. I'ma miss you on Sundays.
I am.
Not gonna miss all the discussions around the shows and people's personal opinions about how Lauren's saying shit because they baby daddy wasn't shit.
He ain't nobody gonna miss that shit.
All that. Yeah. I still don't understand all the hate for Lawrence, but y'all are gonna be missed. So then, what else is on? So Portia's show with her family. I don't know.
I heard she would cancel that.
I don't know who advised Portia. I don't know what Portia was thinking with this show going into it, but
Sad.
It does not make her look good. Dennis is funny.
I heard Dennis is a star and likable.
Yeah, Simon is just there. He's just there. So yeah, Portia, more power to you. Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac will be working with Carlos King for a Love and Marriage DC edition.
And this is what I told Christy. So if you watch enough reality TV, you know when Carlos King comes to town.
Yeah.
And I told Christy I would do a reality TV show, and I don't care what. I would do a reality TV show if it was a premise I liked. But regardless of the premise, if they said Carlos King is involved, I'm not doing it. And I made the joke. I said they could literally tell me and my grandma would bake pies on our reality show. I would not get involved if Carlos King is involved because I would hate to have to uppercut my grandma. I fuck with my grandma.
You'll be setting it up like my grandma is my best friend. Like she don't keep secrets from me. They be like, "Are you sure?
You sure your grandma? You sure your grandma ain't never kept one single secret from you?"
And the story be like, "Your daddy ain't really your daddy. He your uncle. Your real daddy got a chick pregnant." So like, it's like what?
Anybody got time for
And
that
Carlos King would bring up everybody.
shit. Carlos King love, and then Carlos King be shocking the shit out of people. What he
Right.
do? You don't even know your ex-husband that slept with your best friend is showing up to the studio. He just
Right.
walk in and say hello.
Right, because Carlos King thing is this whole
Shock
drama.
factor.
Yeah, drama.
He
makes a
and he
good
wants your
show.
real
Yeah.
expression because he did that to Candy and it was just like,
Yeah,
why would you do that to Candy?
Yeah.
Candy been in the business for a very long time without that type of association. And you
Yeah.
throw that girl under the bus like that.
and it just changed the dynamics of the show because when you got people when they come on the show and you telling people like you gotta start drama to keep your job, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
like,
it's been very much so said that he does that to people.
Because even Love and Marriage, Huntsville, that started off, they promote the show like, oh, we're
Black
three
couples.
family couples, doing business together in Huntsville. And now the show has completely turned around to Martell had another baby with some other chick. And the only reason why I don't think that he's brought Martell's side chick on the show is because of his relationship with Melody. So if Monique has a relationship with him like that, and I guess if she has some type of EP credits or something like that, then maybe the show will be in her favor. But other than that, I wouldn't work with Carlos King.
Nah, but honestly, I think it's all still funny because that's not Oprah did not want that station to be what it turned into when it comes to like reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that even goes to Ayala because Ayala was like she quit. She didn't want to renew the contract to that show because she was just like it was unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, if you watch some earlier seasons of Ayala, she really was. She always was trying to help people,
Mm-hmm.
but it was very mundane and really like, let me help you.
And
Let me help your family.
Yeah, and it wasn't my mama slept with my boyfriend and had a baby with him, and then I had a baby with him.
And then at the end of it all, they still trying to jump Ayala. Like, and then they started doing is tiptoeing into throwing reality stars into it. Ayala was over it because Ayala said y'all was calling her phone and sending her mail and showing up to her house. And she said she could go live in the gardens and still do the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Child, it was probably the Braxtons that did it for Ayala too. She didn't deserve that. My sister said she came on time and ate her lunch in her car. How dare y'all?
Right. I think like the turning point for Ayala was probably that
When that
episode-
orphan tried to fight her?
Oh no, I'm thinking about what really like changed the popularity of the show was when that dude came on there with all them babies and she had him hold on baby.
That was the moment.
That was a moment.
Cause I remember that shit.
Cause I used to watch Ayala. But
No,
that
I remember
was
when Ayala
really-
had some white woman walking through a pool to cleanse herself. I remember when some boy wanted to come out the closet and she made the boy, because the boy was like into dance, made the boy dance and his daddy to a gospel song. Bitch, let me be clear. When all needed ratings, I was there. I was dedicated to that fucking network. When they had that show and them black parents who had them quintuplets or the fuck they had, I was there. I was watching them change them diapers. I was watching OWN when OWN had went to sleep at 11 o'clock and it would be like random white shit. I used to cut the TV on and let OWN run. That is how dedicated I was to Oprah's ratings. I let that bitch run. Nah, y'all got me fucked up. So when Ayala say she done with that show, I feel my sis.
Y'all was messing up her chakras, man.
Exactly, because OWN, the original OWN was not, when OWN was originally showing fucking Benson, I was there, okay? It was the only one who showed Jack A's show that, and she only had one season. Who used to throw that on Sundays? Me, bitch. I had OWN in my back pocket for 4 years. Oprah fucking owes me.
You was watching Super Soul Sunday.
It did.
Master classes.
Yes, didn't miss a master class. Did not miss a master fucking class. You hear me? Y'all nah. I was watching Super Soul Sunday when they had Russell Simmons on there. You fucking hear me? Because I bought his book too. Yeah.
Well,
here we are now.
Well, Monique, I hope it works out for you, child.
I was really watching OWN when they went on commercial break for 6 hours. Because OWN really cut off at 11 o'clock and then get back on to about 8, 9.
Paid programming.
It did. And I used to cut it on and just go to sleep too because I didn't want my sister have her ratings. Oprah know me. Shit. I was watching On when Oprah was actually playing an Oprah show on that bitch. And watched it. That's how I got into Oprah. I was like, oh, this show really was good. I was watching, because I was watching Mickey Lake at the time. That's hilarious.
Well, shout out to and y'all, like,
Happy New Year.
yeah, it's the end of 2020. Ow.
We'll be back. Abbott Elementary, This Is Us.
Wonder Years.
Wonder Years. Chrissy apparently thought Wonder Years ended before it did. We'll talk about it next time. I tell y'all how Chrissy always end shows way before they end. But whatever.
And they'd be like, wait, something else happened?
Yeah, because it was like it ended that day they went to the grocery store. You thought that's how it ended? You thought that's how the whole season ended?
I thought it was
they got ice cream and I just thought they was happy. So you thought the show ended with them going to the grocery store. That's the cliffhanger, bitch. Oh, I can't stand her. But yeah, Happy New Year. We'll be back.
Year.
Everything I think premieres like the week of January. Well, next week. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Blackish.
Oh, Blackish. It's coming back.
Yeah. I haven't been talking about All American, but they'll be back. They're on winter break right now.
Watch Doc Ansel, Tiger King. He going to jail.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching Friends again, so get into that. Emily's trash. She was a terrible person off rip. And Chrissy's been watching the original Sex and the City. So we're here.
Miranda was so unhappy with Steve.
Okay, so you guys have a Happy New Year.
All right, Happy New Year.
Wait, follow We The Viewers on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm Latoya Ebony, of course, on all of social media.
I love Christy, ILUV, Christy on IG.
And you guys have a great, be safe. Have a great New Year's Eve. Stay masked up. Get your shots, get your boosters, get your life.
Count on me through thick
Seriously?
and thin, afraid.
Okay, goodbye.